is Father Hayes again with another one of our videos on the Mass. The last video we talked about that we are called to be participating in the Mass with Christ as a part of his priesthood, but specifically as he is both priest and victim, that we are called to be freely uniting ourselves with him as sacrificial victim. There's the prayer at the liturgy of the Eucharist that talks about that my sacrifice and yours will be acceptable to the Father. Well, the my is Jesus, the eternal high priest. The your is all of us united in his mystical body through baptism. So what does this mean to be sacrificial victim? Well, you may remember in the scriptures, St. Paul talks about how he is making up in his own sufferings what is lacking in the sufferings of Christ. Now, that doesn't mean that Christ's passion on the cross was incomplete, but rather that Paul, because of his sufferings and his union with Christ, freely offering himself as sacrificial victim, is uniting himself with that one sacrifice of Christ on the cross. He also says elsewhere, St. Paul says that he is pouring himself out as a libation, as a sacrificial offering. Some of the church fathers, when they were going on their way to be martyred in the Colosseum, talked about that they were looking forward to this as their sacrifice, their participation in the sacrifice of Christ. So how do we do that in a regular Mass, when we come to Mass? Or in the current situation where some people are not able to come to Mass because of different things, whether it's being homebound or whether it's because of the restrictions because of the COVID virus. Maybe that inability to be physically present at Mass is a suffering that you offer up. Or when you come to Mass and you bring the struggles of the week, positive and negative struggles. So it could be you're struggling with illness, you're struggling with the limitations of old age, you're struggling with your vocation as a caretaker. Maybe you're in a situation where you're caring for someone who's in need, someone who's sick, someone who's elderly. Could be a sin that you are struggling with, a habitual sin that you just can't seem to overcome, but you keep coming back. It could be an estrangement in a relationship, whether it's a marriage relationship, maybe it's a friendship that was very strong at one point in time and now has been destroyed or damaged pretty significantly. All of those things and things like that we encounter in our daily life, we bring to the altar. We place ourselves and our struggles on the paten with the host, so that when that host is being offered, we are being offered in union with Christ. Not symbolically, but in a very mysterious but very real way, we are participating with Christ in his one perfect sacrifice at Calvary.